Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Vinayak Vinay, and today we are going to discuss and learn how to convert the speed from kilometers per hour to meter per second. So let's start. So the first thing we'll do is we'll create a local variable, that is let's simply add vehicles. The name vehicle is the variable that is stored, in which the bike is stored inside this variable. Then next we are calling a function. So let's make it for making it easy, let's do it uh, kilometers per hour to meter per second. Yeah, then inside this we are going to keep something like a condition, like a parameter that will be speed, because now we're doing speed conversion. So it's important and necessary in the bracket to add something like you're going to do if you're calling out a function. So after this we can add a colon, then below that we can create another variable called vehicle inside this, inside the function. So you can write vehicle equal to, let's write car. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to call a global variable, that is like we're going to call a new variable that can run these two data in the same variable at the same time. So let's call in the variable global. Let's write new speed as the variable name. So now we are going to, this is where we are going to convert it now. So now you can add like new speed is equal to the speed, like you're going to ask what is the speed. Maybe we won't ask now, we'll ask up after we call the function. So we can write speed times, this is actually a formula, 5 by 18. So now you guys must be wondering, how is it 5 by 18? Well, like is kilometers per hour. So like you can just convert the kilometer, like kilometer means always 1000, so 1000 meters. So you can write here 1000 divided by because per, the word per means like you're going to divide. So you can divide 1000 by 3600 seconds. Now when it will be in decimal point, but you can make it into a fraction, into a simplified form. So when you do that, you'll get it 5 by 8, 5 times 5 by 18. So if you want to convert kilometers per hour to meter per second, you'll do times 5 by 18. Or if it's the other way around, that's from meter per second to kilometers. So you can write speed divided by 5 by 18. But in this program it tells how to change from kilometer to meter per second. So we are multiplying that by 5 by 18. So now we can add the print statements. So let's, in the double quotes we can add the the speed of vehicle. This you write the speed. Okay, we write here the speed of, because we need to look at this, because like uh there are two variables of different things that are stored in it. So we can write it as this speed of, then you can add a comma here because this is actually a variable name. So you can write here vehicle, then you can add new speed. So after we added this, we can now go back, like we will not leave the indentation, we'll go straight from the beginning of the line, and from there you'll ask the user of like what is the speed in kilometers. So because it is written in numerical, in numbers, we write as integer, that's int input. Now you, inside the input statement, you can add, like you can ask whatever you want. So now I'm asking enter the speed in kilometers per hour. So this is the thing I'm going to ask. So the next, okay, in the next line what we're going to add is, now we are going to call in the function. So to call in the function, you just write the same thing, like the same function name, that is kmhtmsec. This is correct. Okay, then if you don't want to do like this, you can just copy this um, from here, not a colon, from here to here you can just copy it, so it will be the same. Yes. So now we are done with this. You're going to add the print statement. So we can add print like this, the final one, that will be the speed of, again close this, uh, after write this little comma again, then vehicle, then again the new speed. Now you'll be wondering, why are we adding this two times already, because we already added here the same thing. So the answer for that is, here inside the function we called in the variable vehicle car. So because it's inside a function, it won't, the Python program won't look at the first one. So this all the calculating everything is for this, the car one. So print the speed of vehicle. In this statement, the vehicle is for the car because inside a function. Now the one outside the colon, and which is like the normal without indentation, that will be for bike. So now when you run the program, you can make the program much bigger by, like, you can ask a lot of questions like enter the vehicle, enter the name of the vehicle, like if it's a bike, is it a car, is it a truck, something like that. Now we can see an error. Okay, there should not be space. Okay, so answer suddenly I can add a lot of things, asking which vehicle is it, then like asking a lot of questions. Then you can even write options, like choose option 1 if you want to select kilometers per hour to meter per second conversion, or you can write calculate for 2. So you can do those things, everything. Then now let me keep 40 kilometers per hour. Okay, now it's showing the speed of the car is 11.11 and speed of bike is 11.11. Now because I'm adding for both of them, that's it, 2 times they're coming here. So if you want just one, you can just maybe you can remove this statement, you can remove this statement, and you can even remove this one, uh, this last one. Okay, you can erase the first one, the first line and the last line, then it will show only one. So this is basically easy. Now if you want to make it like more, like if you want to make it advanced, so you can add like choosing options. So you can keep a variable name called choice equal to, then all the stored statements. Then if you want to select for bike, so you can write like, you can keep the, this is where the if conditions come. So you can write if, then you can write this if choice equal to 1, then do this following statements. So you can basically do a big one. So this is just easy. So the next sub thing I'm going to do in this is, okay, let me create a new cell by creating a code line. So the next thing I'm going to do in this video is calculating simple interest. So let me write here in the comment line, calculating simple interest. So this and what we're going to do in this program is that it helps you calculate a simple interest by like uh, uh, by asking you the principal amount, then the rate of interest and the time. So now uh, so let's start the program. So in this again we're going to call in the function that is df simple interest. Let's write like this, simple interest. Then again you should write in the bracket. So in the bracket you can write p. So I'm writing p is for principal amount, then r is for rate of interest. Okay, let me write t. T is for time, then r. So this is what I'm going to do. So we're asking for p, t, r, that is principal amount, time and rate of interest. So now we are going like uh, so this is a very main thing to know, that non-default arguments always come before the default arguments. So like if you want so what it means, like let me write it here so you guys can understand. Non-default non-default arguments always come before the default arguments. Yes, so till here. So let's add a space here. So this is what I meant, like for non-default arguments before before the default arguments. So what it means that now I'm not making anything deep like common. See if this should work, you should specify it over here, like that is constant, does not change. So maybe the rate of interest in your, for you personally, it may be 10%. So you can write here r equal to 10 if you want to specifically call in it. So now I'm not going to do like that. So I let me just remove this and make it easy like this. Then the next thing we are going to do is calculating a formula. So you all know like how to calculate simple interest formula. So just um, multiply the principal amount, time and rate of interest all over 100. So let's write that. So we write after the colon we write the formula is that let's write SI as simple interest. So let's write SI equal to, let's write in a bracket, P times that's principal times rate times T, then all over 100. So this is the formula for calculating. So now we're going to learn a new thing, that is now we're going to return it. So if we didn't return the value of SI, so the remaining things that we're going to add in this code, it will think that it is for this program. So the thing about this function ends here. So that's a writing return. So the next thing we are going to do is we call another function here, that is for total. Now this is for calculating simple interest. Now the next one is for calculate the total amount after the interest. So you can write df total. Let's make a variable total, like a function named total, and inside you can write principal amount, then si is simple interest. So after you do this, we can write the same thing. So uh, let me add a colon here. Then after this we are going to return the same thing again. So we can write this time as return p plus si. Yes, p plus si. So when you calculate the p, that is the before amount. So in this, p is for principal, and for the next, for the total function, the p over here is the before amount. so, before amount plus the simple interest. So now this is the two code formula. Then we can write now, like now you can tell like what is the different. Now you can ask the user the values of the p, r and t. So let's add principal. Let's ask in, because it's an integer, you can write integer, that's int input. Inside that we can write enter the principal amount. So now we are done with the principal. Now the next thing we're going to ask is for the rate. Rate is like the percentage, so again it is an integer. So integer input, inside that you'll ask for the rate, so you can write enter the rate. It can be in percentage or you can specify it, but I'm just asking for the rate. Then now you're asking for a time, so time again is an input like in integer, so you can write it as int input. Again the bracket you can add enter the time, or you can write enter the period of time. So after you added all these three things, now we are going to do an another way, like not another way, like the continuation of this. So we write si, that is the simple interest. So si equal to simple interest, like I'm making it easier, simple interest. Then in the bracket you write principal rate time. Okay, here I should add here rate. So let me make here a default one. So what I was telling before is that when we are adding a default value, like now we are making constant over here, r is equal to 10. We are asking this one now. So r over here is a rate, that's constant. That's like something like a minimum of 10%. So to specify that we write it over here. So let's write simple interest principal rate time, or let's make it as time rate, because time and rate. So after this, the next thing we'll do is um, now we'll write it print si. So it's going to print this value I'm going to get for si. Then now we're going to calculate for the amount, the total amount after you added the simple interest plus the original amount. So now we can write amount. Now create a new variable. Amount is equal to total principal si. That's simple interest. So what it says that we already created something over here called total p and si. So that now we're telling that now to write this entire thing to store. So the data stored in this is stored inside amount, the variable name called amount. So this is what it means. Then after write this, now you're printing amount, so we can see it, the final one. So print amount. Now when you run it, it will ask for a principal amount. Wait, let me scroll down a bit. Now ask for a principal amount, so let me see as 5,000. Now it'll ask for the rate, so let me make it as maybe 10%. Now it's asking for a time, so maybe like let's calculate in days. So maybe let's write here 45 days. So it's showing that the uh, the simple interest is 22500. Then the amount is 27500. So let me modify the program again. Now because people now there's two value strings, so we'll be confused. So we can write, let's try add another print function over here. Print the simple interest is, then you'll go outside a comma, outside a quote and add comma, then is SI. Then you'll do the same thing over here. You'll add a print statement again here. Then inside that we'll write the total amount. The total amount is outside. We'll write the same thing, amount. So if you do like this, it will be easier. So let's make again 5,000. Then the rate as 10. Period of time 45. Now it will enter the period of time 45. Wait, how? Okay, so I think if you write in this, it won't work. I think if you write in this, it won't work. Let me try again. 5,000 10 445. Total amount is 27500. Okay. Okay, let's just remove this print statement. So like when you run it again, let's change the amount this time. Let's make it $10 or something like. Enter rate maybe 5. Period of time 3. So it's showing this simple interest is 1.5, and now the total amount is 11.5. Now it's 10 plus 1.5 is correct. So I hope this program I show is easy and you guys should try it out. It's very simple, like you can easily understand. I hope so. So if you have any doubts, you can ask in a comment. I'll be replying soon. So until next video, stay tuned. Bye. This is Vinayak Vinay. Don't forget to subscribe.